Hello, welcome back to Learn Economy. In this video, we are going to discuss what deflation is and the causes of deflation. Let's get started. So, coming to the question of what deflation is, we have to see that deflation is also known as negative inflation. I think or I hope that all of you are familiar with what inflation is. Inflation is the sustained increase in price level. So, if that is inflation, what is deflation? It is actually the opposite of inflation. It is the reduction or sustained reduction in price level or sustained fall in price level, that is deflation. This happens when the price generally falls in an economy, and it is because of several reasons. The supply of goods is actually higher than the demand for goods, but this can be due to several reasons. The purchasing power of persons can be something which could be affected as a result of deflation, but the manner in which the purchasing power is affected if you have inflation is different from what you have in the case of deflation. Buying power can grow due to a reduction in the money supply as well as a decrease in the supply of credit, which has a negative effect in the consumer spending. Negative effect on consumer spending. Having discussed what deflation is, let's see the causes of deflation. By going to the history for some time, you can see that periods of deflation most commonly occur after long periods of artificial monetary expansion. If you look in the case of 1930s, which was considered to be the year of or the era of Great Depression, the early 1930s was the last time significant deflation was experienced in the United States. So, by definition, monetary deflation can be caused by a decrease in the supply of money or financial instruments redeemable in money. In modern times, money supply is most influenced by central banks. We know that in the case of India, it is the Reserve Bank of India which is acting as a central bank of the country. But in the case of US, it is Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the US. When the supply of money and credit falls without a corresponding decrease in the economic output, then the price of all goods would tend to fall, and as a result of fall in the price of the commodities, this will have effect upon the purchasing power of people, and this will influence the spending habits of people. The major contributor to the deflation which happened in the 1930s was the fall in the money supply due to catastrophic bank failures. So deflation, sorry, deflation can be caused by a combination of factors. This can include shortage in the money in circulation. This can include increase in the value of money. This can include several other cases also. So you can see that apart from the case of United States, which the case of which we have already explained, there have been many other nations which have experienced what is known as deflation. In the case of Japan, it was in 1990s that Japan fell to the trap of what is known as deflation. Japan has experienced deflation in modern times. So, the world-renowned economist Milton Friedman, who is known as the father of monetarism, he has argued that under optimal policy, in which central bank seeks a rate of deflation equal to rate of interest rate on government bonds, the nominal rate of interest should be zero, and the price level should fall steadily at the real rate of interest. This person, who is known as the father of monetarism, he has brought a particular idea here, and as a result, this is known as Friedman's rule. And this has become a monetary policy rule as well. However, we can see that declining prices, it could be caused by a number of factors. It can be caused by a decline in aggregate demand. So it can, whenever there is a decline in aggregate demand, that will definitely influence your economy. That will definitely affect your economy in a bad manner, right? So causes of this shift include reduced government spending. So that means that when the government reduces its spending, that will limit the amount of money flowing to the hands of people. So if whenever there is a fall of money to the hands of people, I mean, whenever there is a reduction in the money flow to the hands of people, then there will be less demand. So in order to deal with this situation, the price of the commodities has to be reduced. So falling prices can also happen naturally when the output of the economy grows faster than the supply of circulating money and credit. This is another reason for deflation, and this occurs especially when the technological advances happen in the economy, and technological advances the productivity of the economy, and here companies operate more efficiently as a result of advancement in technology. The operational improvements will lead to lower production costs. As a result, there would be a lot of a lot of money that could be saved. Otherwise, it has to be transferred in the form of cost. But now, instead of technological, but now as a result of technological advancements, we could save a lot of money. And this is distinct from uh, some some similar effect of price deflation, general price deflation. Price deflation, though increase productivity, this is different for different industries. So we can see that in 1980, the average cost of 1 gigabyte of data was dollar uh, 437,500, and by 2014 the average cost was 3 cents. So why was this production cost, and how deflation would affect different industries? So that is very much important to understand the difference. Now coming to the consequences of deflation, what are the consequences of deflation? While it may seem like lower prices are good, everyone will consider that lowering the price of commodities is a good thing, because you could get a lot of commodities, you could get a lot of services with less money, right? So you consider deflation as good, but deflation can ripple through economy when it causes, but it causes high unemployment. It can cause a bad situation. It can lead to recession. It will lead the economy through a worse situation. So ultimately, your economy would be in the clutches of what is known as depression. So deflation can lead to unemployment because companies make less money. So they will say many workers to go out of the company. So many people would be losing their jobs. So what happens is that these workers then have to decrease their own spending because they have no money. Since they have no jobs, they will be having no money with them, so their spending would be reduced. Ultimately, demand in the economy would be reduced. So in order to sell the already produced commodity, the price of the commodity is forced to reduce. So as a result, what happens is that deflation would happen. The only time deflation can work without hurting the economy is when businesses are able to cut the cost of production in order to lower prices. So this is only with advancement in technology, as I have already told, and the cost of technology products has decreased over the years, but it is because that the cost of producing that technology has decreased. Uh, Whenever there is a deflation spiral, uh, this too would have some implications on the economy, and this spiral can occur during periods of economic crisis. That means that if your economy is going through a process of recession or a depression, then there would be less level of employment in the economy, less level of production in the economy, less investment in the economy. Everything will dry up. So this may lead to an overall decline in the asset prices. Consumers and business, they will begin holding the liquid money. As money is saved, less money is spent, right? So at this point, what happens is that people's expectation regarding the future inflation is also lower. They think that now price is reducing, in the future also price would reduce. So with that expectation, they will hoard money. Consumers have less incentive to spend money today. So what happens is that your economy will definitely go through a process of recession, and ultimately it will actually it will be trapped in the situation of depression. So that's all for today. I hope you got some idea with respect to what is known as deflation and the causes of deflation and the consequences of the same. I request you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group. I'll be providing the links of these in the description box. You can join from there. So that's it. Thank you.